No, you were there. Go for the C. Up, up. C. K. Cross. S. That's right. Rubber blocks to absorb the shocks, which makes a massive difference. Okay. And did you know that in Japan, every year since COVID, they have an actual earthquake drill, and they evacuated, the last time they did it, they evacuated over 800,000 people to make sure that they were prepared. Okay, so make sure that their services knew what they were doing, what people knew what they were doing, so they're well prepared for if another earthquake comes. So Japan uses earthquake what to make sure everyone's ready for the earthquakes? Earthquake. Some food. Earthquake. D. Yeah, doing good. Concentrate.
Why not?
Concentrate. We keep going for another one. Concentrate for each one. Up. R. Up, up, up. I. L, L. Finish it. Up, up. S. That's it. They're drills. So they're very thoroughly prepared in Japan. Now there are differences with how the China, the Sichuan earthquake was dealt with, because China doesn't have as much money as Japan. Now the Sichuan earthquake took place in May 2008, and that was again to do with the collision of the Indian and Eurasian plates, causing an earthquake. Okay. Now the earthquake measured 7.9 on the Richter scale, and then the tremors lasted for 120 seconds this time. So as we know, the greatest earthquake was 9.5. The biggest earthquake we've ever known was 9.5 on the Richter scale. So these earthquakes are very substantial at 7.9 and 7.2. So the Sichuan earthquake occurred in 2008 and was caused by the Indian and Eurasian plates. What happened to them? You're doing really good, Christopher. Here's your answer. There we go. Indian and Eurasian plates. See? Yeah, you're doing good. You're doing fine. I'm going for another 5. Yeah. L. L. I. Sit right down. A bit higher. Lift your elbow up a bit. I. Go for the D. And then D. I. Straight below. And have to do it. The last one, G, that's right, it's caused by the plates colliding. So both of these earthquakes were on a destructive plate margin. Now this actually caused the other earthquake was 6,434 people died. This earthquake, there was 69,000 people killed and over 374,000 people injured. So it was a much, much bigger loss of life. Now, near the epicentre, 80% of buildings collapsed. And the reason they collapsed is because they have no code. They were built before the code, and that code's not implemented in China. So near the epicentre, there was what percentage of buildings were destroyed? What percentage of buildings were destroyed? That's right.
5.
Yeah, doing really good. 80% of the buildings, that's right. Now, in total, 5 million buildings were destroyed, and that included a lot of schools. One school where all the pupils were killed, and that was 900 children. The parents were extremely, obviously, upset by this, an understatement, but they were also extremely angry because the school had been built with cheap materials which simply just crumbled when the earthquake struck. So why were those parents so upset about how the building had been made? The materials were very... Materials were very... See? Yeah, you've done well. Kobe in the earthquake, things happened very quickly. The roads were rebuilt within a month. Although the expressway just took a year to rebuild, but obviously that's a much bigger job. But the response in China was extremely slow. Do you know that nobody was reached in Wenchuan Valley for almost 30 hours? So that's a whole day, over a whole day before anyone reached them. So there was 20 helicopters sent out, and there were thousands of troops parachuted in, and 3.3 million tents had to be erected because people had nowhere to live. So how long was it before anyone was reached in this Wenchuan Valley? How long was it? 30 hours, that's right. So you can imagine that there was lots more people died because of the length of time it took to actually even get to the area. Okay, the situation was so bad in China that on the 14th of May, China actually requested international help. Okay, actually requested international help because they were unable to deal with the situation. Japan and Russia and South Korea sent teams of people to help, like Bob the Builder would have gone. They sent professionals to help. So, but actually what they wanted was cash. And the Red Cross, people donated over £100 million, did you know that, to run camps there. So on the 14th of May, China requested what kind of help? What kind of help did China request? Your elbow. Knees down, hands. Oh, sorry. Okay. Right? Yeah, you come back right. You're really good. You're doing really well. You're doing really well. We're going to carry on and then we'll go see Mum after, okay? Come on, we can finish it.
Really proud of you. Really good. Have a quick stamp if you need. And a bite on your chewy if you need to. You're doing really good. You've done a good 5 and you've got a good 5 more, I think, because you've done those. Look, 5 more on the timer.
Yeah,
come on.
Sit. Come on, sit down.
Doing great, actually. Really, you've done really good sitting. Let's just do another 5 to finish it off. Quick, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. There. Another 5. You've done so good. Come on, the type of aid. What's the problem? The bag or the chair?
Do you want it moved?
There, the 5. There, yeah.
For 5. So the type of aid that China requested was keep going. You're really good.
Do you want me to stay for a minute? Okay. Bye bye, Catherine. Yeah, she'll be going out soon.
No.
And keep it going. You're doing really good. Really proud. Sit down. Keep it going. You're doing really good. Sit down, quick. Sit down, quick. Finish your work.